So April 7th. I'm beginning to forget what day it is. So
7th? I was thinking it was the 6th.
no, today's April 7th, my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And that was a 3-night, 2-day stay, 2 full days in Idlewild, waiting for the snow to pass and then melt somewhat. And it looks nice today. The thermometer says about 75. I don't know if it's that warm, but it sure does. That's what it says. Just leaving Paradise Valley Cafe, and I don't know, about 10 miles today, maybe 12. The issue now is everybody waited for the snow to pass, so there's a bubble of hikers ahead of us and probably going to be behind us. And that's really going to play a role on campsites and where we can and can't sleep tonight. And yeah, so it's been a nice day. Here's the tramway getting water. We got a little bit of ways before the next water source, but this area just around here is just gorgeous.
Rumpy's a hard guy to follow. I mean, he goes off on these kids.
There they are.
So we agreed on that spot for tonight. That's what we're trying to consider. 10 to 12 miles, somewhere in there is what we're shooting for. Could be dictated by how busy some of the sites are, but I think a lot of people left yesterday.
It was April 7th. It's only 10 miles today. It's a pretty short day. And my mom's birthday once again. Happy birthday, Mom. Hope you had a great day. Hope you're warm. It's going to be cold tonight, I tells you. But we should wake up to some a really good sunrise. This is where it's going to rise tomorrow. And I think it's just going to be a gorgeous sunrise. We're all tucked in just off the trail. There aren't a whole lot of spots here. There's Lindsay over there in the background. They're about to cook dinner. I'm about to do the same. Here's Liam's tent. Of course, the Big Agnes. You see a lot of Big Agnes out here on trail. Up here a little ways. Another Big Agnes. Brian and Kayla. The Australians. Karina and Chris. There's my Durston X-Mid Pro 2. You gotta get those guy lines out when it's windy like this. That's what I've learned with this tent. I got it pretty tight, so I shouldn't flap around too much. Still expecting 30 degrees tonight, so be sleeping with the water filters and battery pack so they don't freeze. And then in a hour, maybe an hour and a half, we should have a really good sunset. Here's Boulder. Boulder in his tent.
Hello.
He looks like he's already about to sleep. I'm yawning too. I think we're at 6,700 feet. And it's cold. It's cold. So tomorrow, I think about a 14-day tomorrow. And then we have to make up our mind because of the snow. If we're going to push on through the snow, or if it's too, unsafe. Still on vacation, you know what I mean? You can't be doing anything dangerous or unsafe. And that's going to be cold. But, that's what you get with an early start, but I'd rather be dealing with these temperatures than 100 or 90s. I see those other people on YouTube walking half naked across the desert and sleeping in the afternoon. I don't know. I'd rather have this, but to each their own. Man, that sky's blue. Well, that's it. Tonight I'm just having nothing fancy. Ramen noodles with tuna fish and dehydrated mushrooms that I made at home. And just do a little ramen bomb. That's it. Talk to you soon. So April 8th. It was cold last night. Probably 28. I woke up 6 o'clock this morning and it was 31. And I haven't checked the low, and it was windy all night. I had a tent stake keep pulling out, and that's the thing about these trekking pole tents is when you lose a tent stake, then the whole thing collapses. Other than that, I was warm. I don't know if you can hear me. It's so windy. It's April 8th. And, wow, it got cold last night. About 26, 27 degrees. And, we're pushing on. It's a gorgeous morning. Gorgeous views. Everybody's ahead of me. It takes me a minute, or 15 or 20 or so, to get warmed up. But I figured I'd take you along this morning with me for just a couple minutes. See what it's like. There's the rest of the tramway. Got my coffee. Put it in those aluminum drinking water bottles. Filled them up last night with boiling water. Shoved them inside my pant legs so they rested on my calves. It's almost like getting a massage. And my calf muscles really loosen up at night by doing that. And the heat just fills my quilt. And it's nice. I think today we're hiking 12 miles and there's a campsite for $5 a night. And I think that's where we'll end up. At least half of us. Gorgeous sunrise this morning. I mean, really nice. I got some video of that or some pictures of that I'll put up. See the snow on top over there. That's where we're headed. It's just now becoming passable for PCT hikers. People are just now posting that they're making the summit to San Jacinto. Some of our team are going to start doing that tomorrow. They're heading there today to sleep at the base. We're going to go to a campsite and then take it on tomorrow, the next day. The longer we wait, the less snow there'll be up there. During the day, it is up in the 70s. But man, it was 27 last night, I think. Everything in my pack was cold. My water was frozen. I slept with my water filter last night, my battery pack, so that way it didn't freeze. There's Rob. A little cold. Yeah. All right, we'll catch up with you in a minute.
Might have to stuff some snow in my bottle too. That's a good idea.
That does take a while to build.
Oh yeah, we'd probably be down to the trailhead by soon.
Taking a break. That's where we came from. That's where Kayla fell. Right down the edge. There's a lot of blowdowns though, wasn't there? I couldn't believe the amount of blowdowns.
That's too many for me.
That's just an easy day.
Yeah, was Ash that one day? They had like.
We finally got out of the snow. That was sketchy. That was pretty much my first time doing anything of that altitude of snow. Being from Michigan, I'm not unfamiliar with snow, but that was different. I didn't record much because you really had to have your trekking poles going, your feet going slow. But it was an experience and it was cold. The whole day's been off and on cold, but now we're descending into a valley, Spittler's bypass or something, and it's warming up fast. 56 right now. I'll take it. That's where we came from, those ridges up there. That's Kayla in front of me. She had a hard fall. Busted up her finger pretty good. Had to stop and bandage it up. Just packed it in snow for a while to keep the swelling down. Tonight I think we're going to sleep in a state park that has $5 sites, I think, and cold showers. I'll pass on the cold shower. I'd rather stink than take a cold shower. I've had it with cold. I've had it with cold. But it's getting warmer as we get closer to the valley. I've already shed about 2 layers and I'm still warm, especially from being cold for so many days in a row. Alright, we're off the peak, out of the snow. 67 degrees, feels good. And tomorrow, tomorrow we'll be back up in the snow, so it's another up tomorrow. In the San Jacinto area. And that's going to be cold and snowy again.
Get those crossover moves. Oh, you make it look easy. I'm actually really good.
So April 9th. A lot of snow coming up. They get the Pacific Crest Trail and Fuller Ridge closed, but we're heading up anyway. Here we are, Black Mountain Road. It's a beautiful day. Telling stories from when we were young. And that's where we'll be starting. This will take us up mile 190. And should be a nice day for hiking today. So guess what we just got?
Yeah.
A hitch to the top.
All good. Excellent. I'm so glad I asked. What exactly? I might be able to get one here in the corner as long as I don't drop my phone out the back.
Well, the road was closed, so we didn't make it all the way to the top. They got us a good, they saved us at least an hour, hour and a half. Anyways. This is Black Mountain Road. They're just massive trees. It's getting real now. Had to put my micro spikes on. And it's getting a lot of downhill. Rob fell once. And although he's okay, but it'd be silly to get hurt when you have him in your backpack. Put my snow baskets on my trekking poles. And we're off again. Well, we're wrapping up April 9th. April 9th? Yeah, April 9th. We're wrapping up April 9th. What a gorgeous day. Maybe one of the more beautiful days I've had on trail.
It was a good day, it really was.
Yeah.
Some of the trail was sketchy because of snow. I won't lie, it was a little rough, but temperature-wise, weather-wise, it was great.
Windmill farm down there. I know we hiked through a windmill farm. I don't know if that's the one or not. It's not windmilling right now.
fine all day. We stopped for 5 minutes for water, now it's bugging me.
I know, that's why, you know, taking a break is a double-edged sword.
I think you gotta take a really, really long one, or don't.
I like the don't. Eat out of my hip belt, which is what I do. And just go.
For the fact that I just strapped on 6 more pounds of water has nothing to do with it.
Good morning, April 10th, eh? Yeah. So April 10th, we made it. 200 miles. With 20 days on trail with 6 zeros, I'm not sure what to think about that. But we made it.
Almost a hollow victory.
Little bit. I hear some pretty big water over there.
What's that?
I hear some pretty big water over there.
We're gonna find out real quick.
We're gonna, yeah.
Oh, this is no big deal, man. We're good. Up here looks better.
How deep?
It's only about 8 inches. I think that's the best spot to cross right there.
What about that boulder up there in the river up there? See it?
Up there?
Yeah. I think I just put on fresh socks. Oh, right there. Think we can skippy jump over that?
Right here? Just check the depth.
Oh, we made it across. That was that one bad. Now we got to get up this cliff. The problem was there's so much rain that everything's washed out. This is actually closed. But you know what the heck are you gonna do? You got to get through it. Now getting up this.
If it wasn't for all our gear and the temperature of the day, would have been nice to get wet on purpose.
Yeah.
If we were crossing through here early in the morning, I would totally consider intentionally at least sitting down and getting wet.
April 11th. 8:30 in the morning. We got a pretty decent start today. We woke up at 6. And we got 14 miles today. Probably not quite that much, but this is still a whitewater preserve with all these boulders all around. This place is pretty cool to look at. Pretty cool place to be. Had to do another river crossing this morning. And Rob bolted ahead. He likes to do that. All right, we shall continue. Little birdhouse there, made in a top of a cactus. I guess that keeps everybody away. I don't see anything in there. It's pretty cool. And this is a hard go today. That's right. This is hard going. Busting ankles. It's slow. Just all rock. Basically a riverbed. From the snow melt, and you can see from this year's or last year's probably snow melt just tore up those trees. It's pretty, but there is 10 miles of this, and yeah, the trail's washed out on the sides, so you got to take the riverbed. So April 12th, I have to go off trail for this part of this day because the rain washed out the trail, so there's no trail going forward for the next 3 hours. It's pretty, but it isn't going to be easy, so I'm already going to put my phone down. I can already tell I need both hands.
We are regrettably similar on.
Oh, the kinship of
Hi, Ma!
gluten-free people.
We're Thyridians.
Thyridians. That sounds like a Star Trek episode.
We are in a strange new world, and look at where we are.
Oh, it's been a tough new world to get to.
Damn those Thyridians.
So we just made that bypass. Yeah.
What's that?
Got 8,500 feet. And it's another snow day today. It was hard. Yesterday and today with that boulder field and a 3,000 foot ascent over a mile and a half. It was hard. I don't mind telling you. Coming up to Big Bear, where we will stay. Take a zero on Saturday. It's supposed to be a great town. Supposed to snow Saturday, tomorrow. Today's Friday. And we'll wait out the snow there and push on Monday, where we will then go to Cajon Pass. There's a Best Western there, and a good friend of ours got us a room, so we will get a room at the Best Western on Rod. Appreciate that, Rod. And that's about 5 or 6 days away from here, depending on terrain and the snow. But it's pretty here in the snow. But Yeah, but that's the on the menu for today. Ah, got caught on a branch. It's sketchy.
Huh?
It's sketchy.
It's very sketchy. It's one of those sections of the trail you got to take your time, one step at a time.
Yeah.
3 points of contact at all times.
Right up here, I'm gonna stop and put my spikes on. It's silly to have them not use them.
I'd have mine on. You know, post office didn't send them back to Mexico.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I wanted to catch this on camera. We had our first little bit of a mishap, not major, but laughable. As you see, poor Charlie trying desperately to climb up a snow slope. He had stopped, opened up his pack to get his crampons, and his tent popped out and went rolling down the side of the hill or the mountain. Luckily, it stopped at a tree, so it wasn't too far down. But the poor guy is post-holing through 2 feet of snow, trying to trek his way back up to get back to the top of the hill, now that he's rescued his tent. You're doing great. You're a third of the way back up. What's that? I said, you're doing great. You're a third of the way back up. Actually, we got lucky. If that thing would have kept going, and that's his tent, that's kind of a big deal. We're at mile 246 right now, trying to get into Big Bear. We both have resupply boxes at the post office that we need to hit before they close at 4 o'clock because they're closed tomorrow. So all your admiring fans want to know, how was it?
Oh, I wouldn't recommend it. You ever get a chance to throw your tent down a mountain and have to go get it? I'd pass on that.
Sounds like reasonable advice. I still got no signal.
We finally made it down. Quickly, by the way.
Comically.
Comically and quickly. We took one big step, which led to a bigger step. I have never taken such big steps.
For anybody that has seen Little House on the Prairie, the opening credits where the girls come running down the hill and they eventually fall perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Man, I stretched every muscle in my leg. I was going super fast in slow motion. It was crazy. We both fell and were laughing so hard.
You almost went head first.
I know. That was crazy. That's the last time we take a shortcut. Hey, where'd those footprints go? Well, they must know.
There's no way they could be wrong.
But we're out of the snow, at least for now. And making our way up to Coon Creek Cabin, or campground, where we will try to get a hitch to Big Bear. Supposed to be cold and rain, snow mixed tomorrow. We're trying to avoid that on Saturday. Then on Sunday we'll hitch back and continue on. That's where we came from. And obviously that's side that doesn't get the sun as much, even though it's sunny now. We're on the south facing side. We have to be because there's no snow over here.
Yep.
And quite a bit easier. Good temps.
Temps are good. Terrain is, compared to the last 3 days, this is ideal.
Yeah.
Last 3 days have been hard going. We've had to push hard to eat the Big Bear. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but with us having our resupply boxes in Big Bear, and to me, in my case, the medication that's needed, we just have had to push hard to make it before we get to before they close
On Friday.
Open this weekend.
Right. So if you're doing resupply boxes, keep that in mind. You got to fight and judge everything with the post office hours. In fact, I would recommend not to do resupply boxes in the desert. It was just too easy every 3 to 5 days.
Especially if you start early because of weather conditions. That more than anything threw off our projections. The number of downtimes, zeros we've had to take because the weather threw something at us, it's messed everything up.
Yeah.
Well, in my case too, it's worse because one of my boxes got basically sent back down to the Mexican border, even though it was addressed for Idlewild. I have no idea how that happened, but yeah, it had some important gear and some medication.
Yeah,
and
your microspikes.
my microspikes, which
You could have
twice
used.
I almost got hurt since I didn't have them. Without them.
But yeah, but if I were to do it again, I would not resupply through the desert so far. I mean, you're just in town every 2 to 5 days.
You can be if need be.
Yeah. But the views are awesome. This is what we work for. And that's what we came over is there. All right. Onward and upward.
More upward. I don't like the upward.
I don't like the U word.